Friends, we need to talk. Recently, images and videos have emerged showing Iranian government agents bulldozing through rice fields and destroying the livelihoods of simple farmers in the small village of Ahmadabad in Iran. The reason? The farmers are Baha'is. First, let's talk about the Baha'is. Who are they? They are a peaceful religious community who have faced heavy persecution since the Islamic Revolution in 79. However, as everyone knows, the Islamic Republic targets anyone who doesn't fit their ideological framework, and the Baha'is are no exception. Why are they being targeted? If you ask me, I believe they're targeted for reasons related to their principles. You see, the Baha'i faith, unlike most religions, does not have a class of clergy. Instead, they rely on elected bodies for their governance. Baha'is are all about service to their fellow humans and strive to uplift society by advancing principles such as gender equality and universal access to education. Their community and family structures are organized around consultative decision-making. In short, many of these principles run counter to the ideological framework of the Islamic Republic and maybe could even be seen as a threat to the current order. Now back to Ahmadabad, the village I was telling you about. Imagine you wake up and witness how unknown government agents are tearing up and destroying the farming lands that you and your family for generations have poured so much love and labor into. These lands are your only livelihood, and someone has decided to destroy it all. It's heartbreaking. This specific image struck a chord with me, as it shows at least 3 generations of Baha'is standing in anguish, witnessing the slow motion devastation of their cherished land. This scene symbolizes the multi-generational persecution the Baha'is have had to endure in Iran. You see, this village is home to about 80 families, primarily all Baha'is. It's a tiny village of about 200, 300 people at most. And in January this year, without warning, the government agents fenced off nearly 100 hectares of land owned and cultivated by these Baha'i families. And they also tried to prevent locals from documenting the event by confiscating their cell phones. Fortunately, some of the footage did actually make it out, and this is what we have as documentation now. Looking at the map, you can see how precisely they fenced off and seized the agricultural lands. And it's important to note that the fencing only includes plots owned by Baha'is, while the plots owned by non-Baha'i farmers, marked in red, were not affected at all. After this forceful land seizure, the Baha'i farmers consulted lawyers and were advised to continue tending to their land, as the fencing was absolutely illegal. So they went ahead and bravely prepared their fields for the harvest, showing resilience and hope. The pattern is clear: a systematic strategy to heavily persecute Baha'is, destroying their properties to drive them away. It's economic apartheid coupled with religious cleansing, with the aim to make life in Iran unlivable for its Baha'is. Fast forward to the end of May in 2024. Government agents arrived with an industrial excavator to plow through the rice fields, destroying the growing harvest. Fencing off the land was not enough. Now, the government's aim is full destruction. While researching this story, I also wanted to understand the human stories behind the images I was seeing. And I came across an incredible story about this elderly lady you see walking stooped with her cane across the rice fields. She is the mother of Farhad Zahedi, a fallen war hero who died during the Iran-Iraq war in the 80s. Most people don't realize, but thousands of Iranian Baha'is fought defending their homeland. But the Islamic Republic refuses to recognize their sacrifices. Farhad heroically saved 150 soldiers, but his family faced significant hurdles to retrieve and bury his body due to their faith. This mother not only lost her beloved son, but now is also losing her last livelihood. Another scene that deeply moved me is this woman standing staunchly in front of the excavator, a fearless Iranian woman. She stands courageously objecting to the injustice she is witnessing. This image perfectly captures the essence of the situation. Ordinary people working for their livelihood against a systematic force bent on destruction. An aspect in all of this that really blows my mind is that these Baha'is, these ordinary Iranians, villagers, are simply trying to earn their livelihood and are contributing to society with their agricultural produce. And it's unbelievable to me that the government is destroying rice fields when Iran is currently facing hyperinflation and soaring food prices. This is madness. Friends, we need to talk.